Welcome to this deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something core to driving for so many people, the sounds cars make.
Yeah, specifically those engine roars, the exhaust notes. It's, way more than just noise.
Absolutely. We're looking
Mm.
at how psychology, engineering, and even the future of cars all kind of intersect here.
Exactly. We'll unpack why these sounds grab us, how they're actually made, and what happens when that traditional sound disappears with electric vehicles.
It's a fascinating mix, that human element and the tech side. So let's start there, with the human connection. Why do these sounds affect us so much?
Well, there's a really profound psychological thing going on. For a lot of folks, a good engine sound, it triggers some potent emotions.
Like excitement.
Excitement, yeah, definitely. Maybe even nostalgia, reminds you of something. It's often called a kind of symphony for the soul, connecting sound to like the feeling of moving, of freedom.
Right, the soundtrack to hitting the road.
Yeah.
But there feels like more to it, something about power.
Oh, for sure. It's strongly linked to feelings of strength, even dominance. That deep rumble, it can actually make you feel more powerful behind the wheel, more confident.
Oh, okay.
And when you mix that sound with the actual physical feeling of driving the acceleration, the speed, you get this really rich, multisensory experience. It just amps up the pleasure of it all.
So the sound isn't just background noise, it's actively part of the thrill, part of feeling capable. And importantly, these sounds aren't accidents, they're crafted.
Precisely. Making a car sound distinctive is a very deliberate engineering job, and a lot of that character comes directly from the exhaust system.
Starting right near the engine, I guess.
Yep. Things like the exhaust headers and manifolds, they shape the initial sound pulse, affects how sharp or aggressive it sounds.
Okay.
Then further down, you've got mufflers and resonators, and these aren't just for making things quiet. They're basically acoustic tuning tools.
How do they tune it?
They use chambers, perforations, different pathways to manipulate the sound waves. They can cancel out annoying frequencies that drone you sometimes get, but enhance the ones you want to hear.
And the metal they use matters too, right?
Oh, absolutely critical. Stainless steel is common, gives a certain tone, but then you use something like titanium.
That's more high-end?
Yeah, lighter, stiffer, gives you a higher pitched, more resonant, almost race car sound. Aluminum might be softer, more muted. Engineers even use clever devices like Helmholtz resonators.
Helmholtz. Okay, that sounds technical. What's the idea there?
Think of blowing over a bottle top. It makes a specific note. A Helmholtz resonator is basically an air chamber connected by a neck designed to resonate at a very specific frequency.
Ah, I see.
So engineers can build these into the exhaust, tuned exactly to frequencies they want to get rid of, or maybe even boost. It's like fine-tuning an instrument, really precise acoustic work to give the car its voice.
Wow, that level of detail is amazing. But it brings us straight to electric cars, where, that traditional sound just isn't there. That must be a huge shift.
It's a massive challenge. EVs are so much quieter mechanically, which is good in some ways, but it changes the driving experience. You lose that feedback, that sort of emotional kick.
And safety too, right? Pedestrians hearing cars approach.
Exactly. So the industry's answer is active sound design, ASD.
Right, this is where they basically add sound back in.
Yeah, using speakers inside and sometimes outside the car, running complex software. It generates synthetic sounds, serves two main purposes. Give the driver that engaging feedback linked to performance, and make sure the car is audible for safety.
And they're getting quite creative with it, I hear.
Definitely. It's not always just trying to copy an old engine. Some car makers are working with, like, actual composers. Hans Zimmer did sounds for BMW, for example.
Seriously. Wow.
Yeah, creating unique, maybe futuristic soundscapes that fit the whole EV vibe. And then you have things like Dodge with their electric charger. They've got this fretsonic chambered exhaust.
Trying to make an EV sound like a muscle car.
Kind of. It's a system designed to replicate that powerful rumbling feel, apparently pushing out significant sound, varying with how you're driving. It shows how much they want to keep that sensory connection alive.
So we've gone from raw mechanical noise to this really meticulously engineered sound, and now synthesized soundscapes. Quite a journey.
It really is. It maps how technology evolves, but that fundamental human desire for, sensory feedback and an emotional link to driving, that seems constant. The aim now is preserving that thrill through sound, even if the source is totally different.
Which leaves us, and you listening, with a fascinating thought. As cars get quieter under the hood, how important is that engineered or even synthetic sound to your personal connection with driving? And thinking about it, can those created sounds ever truly replace the sort of ingrained nostalgia of a classic engine roar? Something to ponder on your next drive.